Hi everyone, and welcome to another review from Class 47 Peter. Now I'm not going to spend too long talking about this model, because you know what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at my other P Class, made by Hattons of course. And this model that we're looking at is number 754 in the South Eastern and Chatham Railway Grey livery, which is basically a wartime livery. Now there are three reasons why I chose this particular livery. One, it's a wartime livery. I don't have many wartime livery locomotives in my collection, so that's why I went for this livery. Two, this is a livery that I don't have. I haven't got any other locomotives in the SE&CR Grey livery, or any wartime grey livery for that matter. So that's another reason why I chose the livery, and also because it's something different. Because I do like to have the livery variety, as you know, in my collection. And because this was a livery I didn't have, that was the reason why I went for it. And it's because it's something different as well. So that's the reason why I went for this particular model. But anyway, I'm not going to spend too long unboxing the model. I'm not going to look at the instruction manual or the accessory bag, because they're going to be the same. But anyway, so let's unbox the model. So it's a very nice box, as you can see, so I'll put that to one side. Then we take off the foam cover. Then here we have the instruction manual, which I'll take to one side. And I'll put both of them in my folder where I keep all my instructions later on. And there we have the model in the packaging. So with the plastic packaging removed from the foam tray, we just remove the outer sleeve, which is on quite tight. In fact, I can't actually push the box out, it's in that tight. Hang on a second. Okay, so there we are. Just have to loosen it off a bit off camera. So here we have the detail parts. They're exactly the same as the other detail parts, as I looked at with 323 Bluebell, so I'll put those to one side. Then I'll just undo the clip of the box and lift the model out. And we'll put that to one side. Then we'll remove the cellophane sheet. We'll lift out the model. And I'll put the packaging away off camera, and then we'll have a look at the model itself. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the weight. Like with Bluebell, this is quite a heavy model, so there's a lot of weight in this, which is what it needs, because it is only a small loco, so it needs all the weight it can get. But the weight is also there to provide the traction, so all this weight means that you're not going to have any problems with this loco pulling any trains. Moving on to the detail now, which we have sprung metal buffers, as you can see. So if you like your sprung buffers, they'll keep you happy. I don't have much care for them personally, but they're there. But they are made out of metal though, which is nice. And also these buffers are different to that on Bluebell. The buffer heads are smaller than that on Bluebell, and also the buffer housings as well are smaller. And they're not as round either, they are more pointy on this one, if that's what you can call it. We also have an M tension lock coupling, so you can swap it out and replace it with one of your own. We have some guard irons, and of course we have the brake blocks and sanding gear there. We have lots of rivets on the buffer beam, as well as the locomotive's running number 754 crisply printed, and a separately fitted brake pipe that's already been fitted for you. We have some separately fitted lamp irons on the running board, lots of rivets on the smoke box, as you can see there, as well as some separately fitted lamp irons on the smoke box and one above the smoke box door. We've also got some rivets on the smoke box door hinges as well. And on the smoke box door we have got separately fitted smoke box door darts, as you can see. We have a separately fitted metal handrail running alongside the boiler and the smoke box, which curves up and around the top of the smoke box door and down along the other side, as you can see. There's lots of rivets on the smoke box. We've got a very nice chimney there with some rivets on the bottom of the chimney, as you can see. We have some daylight under the boiler. There's no detail under there, but you know, it's not going to really matter too much. We have some steam pipes there, as you can see, and of course you've got the wheel arch on the running board. We have a separately fitted handrail just at the front of the side tanks there. On the top of the side tanks we have some rivets and a water filler cap, which doesn't open, but it's there anyway, and I don't expect the water filler caps to open. And we also have some pipework there just on the front of the cab, as you can see. Just underneath the footplate we have a footstep. We also have some pipework under the footplate that runs around the back of the footstep there for the cab. And we can't leave out the side rods. I can't wait to see those move like they do on the real thing. And the wheels are painted a lovely grey as well. Very much the same shade as that on the body, on the locomotive. We've got a very nice dome, the safety valves, and a turned brass metal whittle on the top of the cab. There is some rivets on the front of the cab and glazing in the cab windows with the window rims painted. On the cab roof we have lots of rivets and a roof vent that doesn't open, but it doesn't need to. But it's there regardless. On the cab sides we have some rivets, separately fitted handrails, a builder's plate and some pipework. And we've also got the South Eastern Chatham Railway logo there, crisply printed on the bunker. We've got some stunning painted cab interior detail. The gauges and the dials, the regulator, it's all painted. And the inside of the cab is also painted a yellow colour as well, which looks really nice. We've also got that little handle there, separately fitted. On the rear of the cab we have some rivet detail and glazing in the rear cab windows and painted cab window trims. Some separately fitted lamp irons on the bunker and just above the buffer beam there. Loads of rivets on the buffer beam and a separately fitted brake pipe. We have an M tension lock coupling, and of course, just like on the front of the loco, the buffers are indeed sprung. Moving on to the livery application now, and it really is a stunning shade of grey. It really is something quite different, this livery, and that's what I like about it, because I haven't got any other loco in this livery. And it's a very nice even shade of coat and the correct shade of grey as well. And it really does look beautiful, I think, this livery. We have the loco's running number 754 crisply printed on the sides of the water tanks, and we've got the large numerals as well and the correct style as well of them, and they look very nice. I also forgot to mention the coal load in the bunker. As I said in the review with Bluebell, it could be removable because it doesn't look like it is, because there is a gap under the coal, but I tried it off camera and it looked a bit hard, but I'm sure it is removable. And on the other side of the model we do have some detail differences. Do excuse the sun. First of all, the pipework on this side of the loco is absent. The pipework that sticks out the front of the cab on this side is different. And of course you have the Stirling steam reverser on this side of the loco. You also have the pipework that runs across the side of the smoke box to up on the top of the boiler there, just on top of the side tanks, and some pipework coming out of the Stirling steam reverser running on top of the side tanks there as well. Apart from those things though, the rest of the detail is the same. Now we come to the running performance, and as you can see straight out of the box she's a smooth runner. There's no grinding noises, motors burning out or jerky movement. It runs nice and smooth, exactly how it should do. But of course, like all new locomotives, you will need running. Now we come on to the loaded test run. So first of all we have the P Class running around with the rake of 5 Dapple gunpowder wagons in GWR livery. Now they're not strictly prototypical for the locomotive, but I'm sure you'll agree that they do look nice behind the P Class in the Wartime Grey livery. It's almost as if that this locomotive, it's got its own little wartime munitions train behind her. And I do think that the gunpowder wagons do go nicely with this locomotive, in my opinion. We've now got the P Class hauling a second train, and this time it's pulling the rake of suburban coaches. Now doesn't that look nice? So overall, the Hattons P Class is a stunning model. It really is faultless. I thoroughly recommend that you get one of these. Get out and buy one, because you will not be disappointed. Well done, Hattons. Roll on the Barclays. So overall, I'm going to rate the Hattons exclusive South Eastern Chatham Railway P Class. It's going to be a 10 out of 10. As you can see, I've got both my P Classes side by side each other, and they just look fantastic. But that's all I have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed my reviews on my two Hattons P Class locos. I'll see you again soon for the next review. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Possibly the Hattons Andrew Barclays, because I have got two of them on pre-order. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Subscribe to the channel, check out my other content, and I'll see you again soon. But until then, stay safe.